What is going on, guys? The Valley of Awesome here. Today I wanted to show you a video of my favorite vehicle, my personal vehicle, my 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo named Rocky. If you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, you probably know who she is, so let's go ahead and check her out. Alright, so we are going to first start off by taking a look at the exterior. So, like I mentioned, Rocky is a 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee. One of my first vehicles, probably going to be one of my favorites. I'm going to try to keep her as long as I can. So this is just a basic view of her. Not exactly the most boxiest Jeep out there. But you know what? I think she's still capable. And over here you have Toyo HT all-terrain tires, mud and snow rated. I believe the size is P245. 6517, so it's about 29.5 inches in height last time I checked. So running 17-inch rims, and they've done pretty good so far. I have Rocky's standard roof rack rails. Honestly, I think they're a bit plasticky. I need to get those replaced, or when I do decide to install a roof rack. Got the classical Grand Cherokee insignia that runs across here. And as I mentioned, she is a Laredo, which basically means she is a 3.7 liter engine. So I'm going to pop the hood up here real quick. Can take a look at all the goody insides. Alright, so as I mentioned, it's a 3.7 liter V6 engine. That's what Rocky has. Engine's actually pretty young, it's great. Bought this Jeep about 3 months ago, and it's the year of 2016. Around March, so yeah, I mean, only has 64k miles, and I got her only for 10k. So, she pretty much came from the dealership a little sketchy, to be honest. So this was not the original battery that I got from the dealership, it's a new one. The one the dealership supplied was basically refurbished, and it basically died on me one time when I was going to college, so had to buy a new battery. But this is like 2 months old, so that's good. The housing here for this ECU is actually broken. Just the housing, not the actual ECU itself, so whatevs. Radiator fluid, I actually did get Rocky, and when I did get her, the radiator fluid was pretty low, so I don't know what sort of negligence the dealership had, but whatever. And another thing that did make me angry, so the tranny dipstick is fine. This oil dipstick, I do not know what the heck happened. So they chipped it, and they decided to just keep it there. It's perfectly fine. But anyways, I did realize that the hose clamps were actually pretty loose as well. So Rocky did not come from the dealership very perfect at all. But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty solid engine. It's still young, alternator works well. So yeah. And another unique feature of Rocky, well, I mean, it's a feature, but it's not the most positive. But this is some bumper damage. I have no idea. I mean, I got it from the dealership like this. Taillight's cracked, but that's okay. This can easily be fixed. Bumper, I heard that it's not going to move, so should be fine with that. There are a couple knickknacks here and there that Rocky has, but other than that, she's a pretty solid Jeep, and she's definitely one of my favorites. So, some people may ask, have I ever taken Rocky off-road? The answer is yes. I've actually done some really crazy things with Rocky, and for a little stock Jeep like her, she does really well. And I did measure the ground clearance. It's not much. I mean, honestly, from this rock rail here to the ground. It's about 13 inches. But if you look underneath, you can see that most of the frame actually is a lot lower, so the ground clearance is actually a lot worse than you think it is. Alright, so now we can have a look at the interior. So it is kind of messy, but it's still adequate. Let me get in the back seat first, because that's the most fun. Well, I'll just open the back seat. So it's adequate room. Can definitely fit in here. Lots of leg space. Seat belts work well. I don't know if I can clip this in. So yeah, it's a lot of space back here. It's nice, comfortable. Yeah, it does well. That's just a service manual. I've done some work on Rocky, like changing some spark plugs and whatnot. Back seat is great as well. Let me go ahead and open that. Alright. So this is the back seat, or I mean the back cargo space, whatever you want to call it. So it's nice. I have some winter gloves here. I did use them at one point because it was winter and I needed gloves and whatnot. This, I don't know what that is. I just kind of kept this here. Maybe I like ate candy at college and just didn't feel like, you know, throwing it away. This is a first aid kit. Never know when you can use it. There's times where I've been four-wheeling. I still need to get a fire hydrant. This is just another all-purpose thingy that I just keep for no reason. This backspace here does really well. I use this occasionally on Rocky. It's something that you can fold over and basically keep all your dirty boots, your dirty jackets, all your dirty clothes. For example, I do a job that is absolutely filthy. For example, at work. So what I do is just, roll that up, put those in there. Carpet never gets dirty. It's amazing. Go ahead and get into the driver's seat. Okay. So it's telling me the lift gate is open, but whatever. So that's what it's like to be back in here. This thing, I did get a recall for Rocky. And all it did, I think, is just like add a spacer basically. So yeah. Tranny's good. This, when I did get it from the dealership, this whole thing was missing. So what I did was I made my own home remedy. I covered that tranny up. The gear shifter. Standard cupboards. I don't know what that is, whatever. As you can tell, the 3.7 liter V6 Jeep Grand Cherokees do not include a 4-low. This is a full-time 4-wheel drive. And so the transfer case is an NV140, which basically means that 48% of the torque is going to the front, 52% goes to the rear. And basically that's 4-wheel drive and a mock center lock diff. And so that's why actually this Quadratrac 1 Jeep does really well off-road. However, power cannot all go to one wheel. Yep, that's good. It's a Bible. Good stuff. There's a manual, everything. Yeah, dealership. I got it from the dealership, not in the most perfect condition. Whatever, I still love Rocky. Hey guys, this is a video of my Jeep. Rocky. She's very important and lovely to me. So, I do plan on doing some mods on her one day. For example, I'd like a 2-inch lift. I don't know if I should do Old Man Emu or if I should do a spacer. Anyways, most of you don't even know what I'm talking about unless you actually are a dreamer that subscribed to my channel. I do plan on doing this challenge called the 4x Forever Challenge. Basically, I sleep in my Jeep for a week, and I do nothing but hit trails for a week. I'll go to resting areas to sleep, and basically I'm going to be doing that with my friends. My friends have a Land Rover, Land Rovers, Hummers, and so far Rocky is the only Jeep. Alright? So, if you do want to see off-road videos, more importantly, if you want to see the capabilities of Quadratrac 1, definitely subscribe, because most people don't go off-road with Quadratrac 1. Those are usually the soccer mommies that just want 4x4 and snow, and that's it. So, for me to even be off-roading with Quadratrac 1 is crazy. Rocky and I, we all do it. We all do semi-tests, we'll do bouldering if I get her tall enough. Alright, and that's basically it. So, remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Thanks, and peace out.